everybody, welcome to the Outgroove. It is me, your host, Hunter Salazar. We are headed down to Los Angeles once again. It's been 3 days since the Pearl Jam concert. That was a kind of a surprise. Didn't expect to go, didn't plan to go, but I love them, had a great time. If you haven't seen that, go check that video out. But now, this is a concert that I went out and bought it about 3 or 4 months ago, right when I heard their newest album, Big Country, Dragon, something, something, Beneath the Dragon. That album rocked my world. First thing, 5 biscuits. I went out, I bought the record, the double LP, which I don't always do. I've only done that like 3 or 4 times in the last year. Went out, bought the LP, big baller style, looked them up on concert, and I'm going. The other groups that I would do that with, I would go see Lingua Ignota in a heartbeat, and I would see Little Sims in a heartbeat. And of course Kendrick Lamar, but that's just a given. His new album though is coming out. If you haven't checked that track out, go check that track out. So I'm heading down to Los Angeles. I live in Ventura, California, so it'll be about an hour and change, maybe an hour and a half to get down there. A bit of traffic probably. We're gonna go down, set up shop. It's at the Wiltern. I've never been to the Wiltern. It's over there by Koreatown, Miracle Mile, kind of close to the Grove. So I might actually go to the Grove. I was thinking of either going to the Grove or maybe like the LA Museum of Art or the Academy of Motion Pictures. I've never been in that museum. I was thinking about that too. Although now I think about it, I think I've been there for a film. I saw the Akira film was there, but let's stay here to there. So let's go head out over there, and I'll let you know what's up once we go see the concert. Okay, so here we are in front of the Wiltern. Beautiful building. It's got this large tower here. It's really pretty. We're gonna see Big Thief right now, and there's a little bit of line. I'm not waiting that line. Forget it. I don't need to wait in that line. You know, I'm going to Big Baller. I got my ticket. I'm gonna walk in when I'm ready. I will say this. It is disheartening when the cost of parking is the same as the ticket. Yeah, $30 to park here is ridiculous. I could have parked 4 miles away somewhere for free and Ubered over here for $10. Kinda sucks. Pearl Jam was $45 at the $45. I mean, Disneyland used to be the big baller, but $45, someone is making money off that damn parking at the LA Forum. Screw that. It's probably Kia. That's just doing it. Anyway, I'm gonna wander here for a little bit before the show. So we got like an hour, and I don't need to just stand in line like a rube. So I'm gonna just walk around because I don't know Koreatown very well. So we're gonna explore a little bit. So I've never been here to the Wiltern. It is beautiful. It's all kind of an Art Deco. I'll show some videos right now. I'll just kind of like walk around and show you guys. But it is a beautiful theater. Really cool. Let's go check out the stairs up to where we're gonna be. It is quite dark. Really cool. This is beautiful. Super cool. So I'm right here up at the top. When you are paying only $30 a ticket, you get to sit way back here. But it's all good. I mean, I'm not complaining. I think it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a great show. I'm really excited. Let's go look down real quick. There we go. This is going to be a good show. I am kind of far back. I'm like the very top, but that's okay. I think if I could just sit, I'm good. Yeah, dude. Mostly a, Anglo crowd, shall we say. A lot of Doc Martens. I'm probably not alt enough for this crew, but I'm really excited. So let's see what happens here in a bit. So those of you who remember my Pearl Jam episode, do you remember what my dad said? My dad said, act like you own the place and just walk in. And as you can see, I am right here. And that's what you do.
We've been huge fans for a long time, and we're so lucky to have been able to get a hold of him, even though it took like a month or something, but we found him, and he graciously traveled from Belgium here with Marie Claire, partner, and it's been...
Be not unkind to strangers, lest they angels in the sky. I'm going to repeat that. Be not unkind to strangers. Take me to the limits of your heart.
Okay, everybody, let's talk turkey. It is the post Big Thief concert. I'm driving home now, and I got a lot to say. So let's just start saying it. First off, before I say anything about disappointments, excitements, or anything like that, let me just start off by saying this. You must, and I do mean must, go check out Tucker Zimmerman. Tucker Zimmerman. Old dude, American, moved to, I think, Belgium for the last, 60 years or something. Now he's back in the States. Oh my gosh. Tucker Zimmerman. Talk about a songwriter. I mean, talk about just very, very interesting, fun old fart. And he was great. Made this beautiful friendship with, Big Thief and opened for them. Again, Tucker Zimmerman was a light. It was a highlight of the night. The venue is beautiful. It is one of the best places to see a concert. It really was really, really fun to see that old building. I loved being in it. It's gorgeous. Acoustics were great. The venue was great. Tucker Zimmerman's great. Parking sucked, but what can you do? It's Los Angeles. $30 though is freaking outrageous. But that was my fault. I should have drove around. I probably could have found a couple blocks away something, but I just didn't feel like doing that. Usually that's what I do, but so that's my bad on that. Now Big Thief, main act. I have to be honest with you guys. Okay, I'm completely transparent and honest with you. I have to say I was a little disappointed. And here's why. I was not, I didn't bring my earplugs. They left them in the freaking car. So that was an issue. 2, I got really close. I actually, if you watched my Pearl Jam video, you know how I do this. But I use my father's method. I got actually really close. I was like right there, close to the stage, super close. And it was just loud. Tucker was fine. I was like, oh, this is going to be wonderful. I even got a chair. I'm sitting down. I'm like, perfect. Tucker was great. I'm like, oh, but this is going to be the best freaking concert ever. This is going to be so much different than Pearl Jam. This is going to be just like mellow, beautiful music. Like a concert, you know? And no, dude, when Big Thief rolled in, it was like a damn heavy metal concert just broke out. And they were jamming. This lead singer, this gal, she could have been in like early Metallica. She was ripping in that guitar. I mean, she was wailing that guitar. Like distortion a la, you know, Nirvana playing to the amp. Just like going wild on every song. Just like hard. And I was just not ready for that. I was expecting a folky, country-like, you know, bluegrass acoustic stuff. And it was like, no, dude, she's coming and she's grabbing your cojones and she is squeezing. And I wasn't ready for it. And I didn't have the earplugs for it. And it was just loud. While the rooms of the acoustic were good, I felt like the mixing or the bass was super strong. And she just felt her mic was a little hot, or I don't know. Maybe again because I was so close. If I would have sat back where my seat was, way up at the top, maybe it would have been freaking excellent. So that was my fault potentially. But because of that, the first half to 60% of their show was just an onslaught. And a lot of those songs I thought they were going to play from their latest album, because they hadn't been on tour for 3 years. So I'm like, oh, they're going to be playing this latest album. But a lot of those songs were not. They were in earlier albums, which I had listened once or twice, but I had not like familiarized myself so much with them. Therefore, that was another sticking point where I just didn't know the songs as well. It was super loud, and it was just not what I was expecting. So it was like a bit of a disappointment. And I was even contemplating multiple times, like, hey man, maybe I should just bounce. Like, go home early, it's cool. No harm, no foul. I had a good time, and go home early. But Salazar doesn't quit, and I couldn't do that. I was like, no, dude, I gotta freaking see this damn show. So I stayed. Once the roadie gave her the acoustic guitar, I was like, okay, thank you, Jesus. And then for the remainder 35% of it, it was more of the songs from the latest album, more acoustic, more just appealing to the, you know, tympano membrane, shall we say. And they put changes. They put a lot of the big hits from that latest album, and it was very good. It was very good. If they did like one of these NPR Tiny Desk acoustic sessions, it would be gold. It would be gold. I would buy a MTV Unplugged concert album of theirs. You know, those old school ones like Nirvana and Pearl Jam and those guys. Like, if they did something like that, that would be epic. I just think for them, for what they do, I like it more in that kind of style, just to be honest. And that's kind of the style that the music is recorded in. Therefore, when they hard rock it, I was just like, what the? It just, when I watched them, especially again that first half, I didn't really realize, listening to their music on their album, how experimental they are. There were a couple songs that felt experimental in the album, but they really were playing with sounds and play with things and kind of, I mean, it wasn't like to the level of jazz, but it was definitely like tinkering with stuff. And I can appreciate that, and now I know a little bit more about them. Overall, I mean, the venue was great. The band is great. I do like their music. It was just not exactly what I was expecting, and I wasn't prepared for it in the first half. Second half was great. You know, the crowd, good crowd, all kind of a younger, I would, you know, I'll use the term hipster type of crowd. You know, they were, mostly, I would say, affluent, late 20s, early 30s, Doc Martens wearing white folk. Nothing wrong with that, but that was the vibe, that was the jam, and I'm half white, I can roll with that. So I should have worn my Stetson hat though. I felt a little out of place without some Doc Martens or my Stetson, because the wide brim hats were there in full force, and plaid and beards and so forth. But yeah, it was freaking good. So I mean, pound for pound, Pearl Jam was a whole nother ball game. But I mean, it's hard to compare the two. But I had a great time. It was a good experience. And that freaking singer, man, she can wail. Beautiful voice, and she plays a mean freaking guitar. I had no idea. So there you go, guys. Thanks for watching. I got more videos all the time. No more concerts for a while. I'm kind of concert out. But I have some other fun videos coming up soon, so check it out. Oh, and I have something very exciting I'm going to record soon. So I'll let you guys know about that as it happens. But we're going to dive into the world of retail. I'm going to try to get some interviews with some record store owners and really chat with them about record business, music, all that kind of stuff. I think that'll be kind of fun. So check it, guys.